Yeah, today is October 3rd. Today is your Friday market. You have your Chinese bank holiday. Asia session has lesser liquidity. And then looking into your European markets, you have your German bank holiday. So maybe your London session is going to be a little bit smaller. Maybe we can see better moves during your New York sessions. And today is NFP day. But since the non-essential parts of the US government has been shut down, such as your the government parts who give your data, they have been shut down. So I'm not quite sure exactly will we be even having an NFP today, but we can definitely expect a move during the NFP time, which is 6 p.m. IST, right? From the data, all I can say, and with the uncertainties in the US market, I can say that I will be bullish for the news release. I think I will be bullish, right? I will be bullish, mildly bullish for the news release, because I'm not quite sure. It could be highly manipulative. Today's a Friday market. You got your German bank holiday. Your Chinese bank is already on leave, right? So this is my view for NFP, but do beware. Today 6 p.m. IST, you got your NFP dropping. And let's go down into your technical analysis. Start off with the monthly. Your monthly is on a clean uptrend, right? Let me change this again to the new highs and the new lows of your monthly. So the new highs and the new lows have been marked. Let's drop down into your weekly. On the weekly, we are on a clean uptrend again. Let's drop down into your daily. So daily, we have reached this point, right? 3895. Yesterday we reached the 3895 and we crossed to a 389798 area, and then we came down for an almost 300-400 pips movement towards the end of New York session yesterday. So if we are bullish, we got to be bullish with a very good reason, right? So now we can see. So the new zone that I would be marking on the 4 hours would be this zone, which was tapped yesterday. So this zone was tapped yesterday, right? So we should be expecting still a bullish outlook on the 4 hours towards the upside, right? Now, when we usually mark your 4 hours, we go down into your 15 minutes to see a change of character or a break of structure, right? So it has tapped my 4 hour zone. It has gone up, right? It has made a break of a change of character right here, given a lower change of character. Maybe if price breaks up towards this level, meaning taking out your Asia session highs, then I am expecting price to come back. So let me go back at it. So if we can see this price right now taking out Asia session highs, I am expecting price to come back down into this region, the Asia session lows region, and then we could be targeting longs from here. So this is going to be my 4 hours and my 15-minute long-term plan. And coming down into your very short term, let's first go down into your 1 hour. On the 1 hour, see, price has made a new high and clear selling has happened, like a huge correction and a major portion selling has happened. So I'm not quite sure how the market is going to be reacting today. If I'm going to be very honest, I'm very confused on the technical analysis today, because we saw the huge correction yesterday. So does that mean that we are still looking into sells today, or does that mean we're still bullish? I'm not quite sure. But from the 4 hours technical analysis, I can say that we're still bullish, but we have to expect price to take out take out the Asia session highs, come down into the Asia session lows, tap into some 15-minute zone, and we could be targeting the new gold highs. But on your 1 hour, we can see a clear change of character, right? On your 1 hour, we can see a clear change of character. This, if this was your new swing, so right here, this is your new swing. This is the lows, right? It was beautiful, lot of liquidity in here. You have the day before yesterday's Asia session lows, London session lows, New York lows, and then yesterday's Asia session lows. Then you have your London lows. Everything was sweet. It was completely taken off yesterday, right? So I'm not quite sure on the 1 hour. So I would suggest, if you're going for a lower time frame setups for today, let's just skip the 1 hour and the 30 minutes because they're very conflicting right now, right? We can't say anything with much certainty. But as you can see on the 4 hours, it's very clear. On the 4 hours, it's very clear, right? So this was the new high created by this swing, and it has made a newer high right here. And then price has come down, tapped into the 4 hour, and then we're still ranging into this zone. So let's come down into your 15 minutes for today. So on the 15 minutes, you can see on the 15 minutes, let's assume price breaks up on this level. I will be looking for shots from this region into a 1:2 or 1:3 setup, a quick setup. And once that is done, I should be looking for longs. Let's just draw a Fibonacci. I'm not able to see a clear fair value gap, right? Let's just draw a Fibonacci for the entire swing. You can see that this is your 50% zone. If this is your 50% zone, I'm not able to see any, entry from here. Maybe if we go down into your 5 minutes, we might be able to find a good entry. See, one low risk setup right now, I'm going to draw it for you. One low risk setup will be going for longs from this zone, from like this area. We can keep a SR right here and we can go for the all-time highs, or we can just go for a quick 1:2 setup, or we can fill up the fair value gap of this region. That could be a setup, but if you want a very proper zone for your setup, right? You can see this regions. So you can see this has a good fair value gap. It has some good 3 candles inducement and a very minor fair value gap. This could be a very good zone to enter with SLs in this region going for your longs. So that could be one of the major plans for today. And coming down into my Asia setup, for my Asia setup, I will be looking for, so price is making a very favorable move for me. My Asia setup simply says, if the Asia setup is a very clear downtrend, and after Asia session ends, if the price hasn't broken for the newer low, and if price takes out the high, meaning if Asia is in a clear downtrend, right? Like today. Now Asia session has ended right here. And now Asia session hasn't taken the London hasn't taken the Asia lows yet, right? And if London takes out Asia session high, I have a very clear backtested setup with a 70% win rate and a 1:2 and a 1:3 region for a TP. I can say that price is going to go back down to take out the Asia session lows, or these liquidity right here, this pocket of liquidity, or this swing, at the minimum this swing and this pocket of liquidity, right? For that, all you have to do is wait for your Asia session to be taken out, mainly for your Asia session to be taken out, and The Asia highs to be taken out. Go down into your 3 minutes. Wait for a change of character. Enter directly on the change of character, or if you want a confirmation, wait for the change of character and a break of structure and the retest of that change of character. You should be entering immediately. So I've already set up a reminder, so I can instantly open my charts once the Asia session high beans taken out. And the next setup is, like I told you, somewhere around this region, going for buys right around this. Let me mark up this zone, because this zone is already on your Asia session lows and it seems to be a good zone. And but I expect price to be retracing back up from this area. Usually on the 15 minutes there should be a very good OB, but I am not able to find any OB on your 15 minute, it just means that I shouldn't be entering on longs. Maybe I'll just focus on the quick Asia session setup today and leave it. So that is it for today. Let me quickly recap. You have your Chinese bank holiday and you have German bank holiday. There's going to be huge manipulations, and also Friday market. Please stay safe. You have your NFP drop today at 6 p.m. IST. But again, don't know what's going to happen for today with the forecast given. Not quite sure, because the US government has been shut down, at least the data releasing part of the US government and the non-essential parts of the US government has been shut down. So if fundamentally wise, if you're just looking at that, that means the US is weakening, the dollar is weakening, and that means gold should strengthen up, meaning go for bullish trades during your news. But again, your data says otherwise, and just fundamental wise, I am still looking very bullish for the gold. And coming down into 1 hour, 30 minutes and 15 minutes, I'm not able to find a buy setup. But on your 4 hours, I can say on the 4 hours, we can see a clear meaning we're still on the bullish, and it has tapped and still ranging perfectly. So I'm still bullish on the 4 hours, and I'm not quite sure on what the trend is on the 1 hour, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, etc. But I'm waiting for my Asia session highs to be taken out. So I'll be executing my Asia session setup for sells into this, maybe this region or this, or maybe even hold for swings for Asia session lows. So that is about it for today. I hope have cleared up any doubts you guys got, or you can even drop your own plans in the comment section below, and I'll do look at them. Maybe it could clear up my views on gold for today. But do stay safe. Try not to trade today. And yeah, later in the evening, I'll drop a video on how I am, what is my plan, or what's going to be my plan to, pass my QT 100K challenge, which I've recently purchased. If you haven't watched the video, I'll be marking it on the iCard above. All right, and see you. I'll catch you in the next one.